Hi guys! So today is my bonus makeup video for missing my 2 this week. And in this bonus makeup video, I'm going to review 2 books and it's going to be twice as long. Theoretically, I haven't rehearsed this. So my choice for this month's Trivlog reads was Maureen Johnson's Key to the Golden Firebird. And I read Jessie's review on Goodread and you are right. It doesn't feel like the other Maureen Johnson books. And for me, I think the reason seems to be the fact that there's not just the one protagonist. You have Maisie, but you have Palmer and Brooks as well, and they tend to have chapters from their perspective. And while I didn't particularly have a favorite of the characters, like if they all had pretty engaging storylines, I kind of missed the more witty, singular narrator that we get in Maureen Johnson's other novels. I also wasn't trying to think how to put this because it's not like I didn't dislike the book. I just didn't feel the same kind of depth in terms of Camper's character. In all of the other novels, the love interests are a little more developed, so I actually care about them as people, and I can see how they can bring cool things to the relationship. And I didn't get that with Camper. Like he pined for Maisie, sure, and he had some issues with the girl that kept crying after they had sex. But for me, that wasn't like enough of a here's a good character to compel me to really ship them, I guess. Not that a novel has to have a really great ship to be a good novel. That's just generally what gets me kind of excited about the narrative. So basically I gave it, I think, like 4 stars. So definitely a good novel. Like, I see why they published it, but not my favorite in terms of Maureen Johnson's canon. Which I'm not super sure how to ever decide that, right? I'm close to being able to make a decision, right? Because I'm close to finishing all of the canon, but I don't know if I could ever narrow it down. So the other book that I read recently was Lola and no, that's the one I ordered. Ooh, what? Focus, Kayla. Oh, Anna and the French Kiss. Duh, right? And Anna. There's like a series of 3 that Stephanie Perkins does. She has Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and then Isla and the something. And Lola's on order, and I read Anna and the French Kiss. Now, I thought this was going to be like really kind of sappy, like, oh, she goes to Paris and falls in love. Oh my god. So this novel, it really is just kind of this basic coming of age, falling in love story. And it's set in Paris, but it does not feel at any point like it's canned and serialized and it's just another like falling in love kind of love story. No, this was mature in a way that I was not expecting. There was just like this quiet intelligence to the way it planned out, and there were never any moments that were melodramatic for the sake of being melodramatic, right? It was really a well-crafted story of 2 people like in love and coming together and dealing with that while they are like emerging adults. I thought all the themes of like coming of age and, losing innocence and discovery of identity, all of those themes that are really important in YA were handled really well. And I think I'm glad that I'm glad that I went to LeakyCon and I saw Stephanie Perkins and I saw her talking about how her books may appear to be love stories, but they're more like, I'm glad that I was able to kind of get that block out of my mind, because if I said, oh, it's about a girl named Anna who falls in love with Paris, I don't know if I would have been able to anticipate the kind of depth that the novel had. Plus, Stephanie Perkins put a playlist to accompany Anna and the French Kiss on her 8 Tracks account. So I've been listening to that over and over again, and she does the thing where she like tells you what song fits with which scene, which just that's like what gets my little fangirl heart pitter-pattering. So I'm excited about that. And so the next novel is on its way from Amazon, so I'm going to definitely get that second novel read before the third and the 3 companion series comes out. So I'm both nervous and excited about reading Lola and the Boy Next Door because I want that same kind of emotional depth and character development and like non-cliche supporting characters, right? Thank you, Stephanie Perkins, for that. So, anyway, go read Stephanie Perkins. I've been obsessed with her blog and all of her playlists, and it's been great. I've also, in the middle, almost to the end of Smoke and Bone. Wait, is that Smoke and Bone? They're all bone and blood and shadow and smoke. No, Shadow and Bone. Ooh, see? So Shadow and Bone. It started off a little like jump, like chronologically, like she's here, then she's here, then she's here, and I'm like, wait, what's happening? But I'm loving it, right? The cover, perfect. And I got it at Powell, so I've always had like an emotional attachment to this particular book, and I'm finally reading it, and I'm really glad I did. I'm loving what's going on. It's not at all what I expected. And I've put the sequel, Siege and Storm, yes, Siege and Storm, on hold at the bookstore, so I'm going to go grab that. Otherwise, I'm really loving it, and there are a lot of fan-made playlists on 8-Track, so I've been listening to the fan-made playlists while I read the book, and that's what I should have done today after work, when I was grading. I should have been grading projects, but I was reading and listening to my playlist, and I had my detention kids come in and, like, Clorox wipe everything, and I'm like, shush. So that was great. And what's great is my kids saw me reading Anna and the French Kiss on Tuesday, and then they saw me with this one on Thursday, and they were like, you finished that book already? Yeah, kids, I finished it. And it was, okay, I know this video is getting, like, majorly long, but I haven't made any, so I'm, like, making up for it, and it's Valentine's Day, and I'm excited, and so we do SSR, and I read with the kids, and so I'm sitting there reading, and I'm getting really into this book, and I like what's going on with all the Darkling stuff, and, one of my kids just yells, you read that page in 28 seconds. And it took me a minute to realize he watched me turn the page, timed me until I finished, and then like flipped the page again. And I was like, why is that what you're doing instead of reading your own book? But so now the kids have developed a theory that I'm a vampire, and that I don't sleep, and that's how I managed to read books this quickly. That'd be great, but that's not true. So, yeah, this is kind of like a major book blog. Yay! So, I'm gonna finish this and read more and more and more and more. I'm looking forward to the next month's book because I feel like we've been really things have been going well with Trivlog reads, all in all. Okay, I'm gonna go eat popcorn and go to the gym, and then, I don't know, do cool stuff. So, bye guys!